it's Raquel Bowman here, and today I'm here sharing a new layout for Pink Paislee. This is for the New Year gallery or theme on the blog this week, and I'm creating a layout. So of course I had to go and grab the Turn the Page collection, and I'm going with a bit more of a softer feel to this layout in terms of colorings, or what I think that I'm going to do anyway. I've just used my Cameo to cut out 2018 because I love to start or finish each year with setting some new goals for the following year. So I think from probably for the last 3 years I've done this, and it's a really nice way to get stuck into a new year and to record down, you know, the sorts of goals that you want to achieve or things that you want to do. I suppose like a New Year resolution page. So I've used the font called Bebus. It's one of my favourite fonts for doing with numbers as well as letters. I use this a lot for displays in my classroom. And the photo that I've got is just a selfie that was taken. It's probably one of my more recent ones, which isn't a very good indication because it could have been, it was quite a number of months ago that I took it anyway. Anyway, so I was going to put this in the 0 sort of spot, my photo of the layout, and then I'm going to work with an 8.5 by 11 because at the moment that's just my thing that's making me happy. And I'm going to back my layout, I think, with this soft floral design. I'm going to gut the middle because I couldn't possibly cover those beautiful flowers up. I think it would be a terrible thing if I did that because they're far too pretty. And then I was thinking, and I looked through the 6x6 paper pad, and I just chose out off camera some of the more softer colours. I wanted to incorporate like this yellowy colour, and then I found this gorgeous pink, which isn't in the 6x6 paper pad, but it is in the 12x12 sheets of the pink side. So this is sort of where I'm at so far. I was thinking that the paper that has all of these speech bubbles could be a good feature on the page, whether I stagger them sort of down the bottom of the page. I also grabbed out the version that has the foiling from the 6x6 pad because I thought if these are too bold and large, maybe I could use these smaller ones, but they sort of feel a little bit too small. It's like I need that in-between size. And then I have gathered out some of the pieces from, I'm not sure the exact name of this pack. It's like your tags and labels pack. So I've grabbed those out. I basically have grabbed everything, all my embellishments, my sticker book, which I thought is a great way to tie in the floral design because there will be, hey, they might work. They're sort of in between, aren't they? Yeah, these ones might work. Yeah, so we're just going to see where this ends up and get making, and I'm looking forward to getting some goals down. So I begin the layout by just backing those numbers in my cut file, and I do this by using the negative pieces as a bit of a guide, and then as you can see what I'm doing here is just roughly trimming around them, leaving a decent sized edge. That means that when I apply the glue to the back of the cardstock, I know that it's going to fit nicely in that area there. So with the photo, I just simply placed it on top and just tried to find where I wanted my face to be peeking through. And then that cut file is back. So a nice easy cut file to be working with today. Then I've used that floral piece, and of course I had to gut the center of that because it was far too pretty to cover up. And I'm just popping in the middles of the 8. So I use the negative piece again to give me the guide for the placement of those, and then I remove it out the way. So that's the start, or the sort of basis of my layout really, and forms such a big statement of this page, the 2018. And now I'm going through the sticker book and I'm looking for any stickers that I think that I might want to use. So I'm using my powder applicator tool to take the adhesive off the back of those stickers, just so that I can move them around like a die cut. I just find them easier to work with that way. Any of the stickers that were transparent, I actually stick down to the white cardstock that I'm leaning on there to remove the adhesive, and by doing that it means that I can then trim around the edge and then have it with a white background. So I'm just going through and finding any sort of embellishments in terms of stickers that I think will work on this layout. And I do grab quite a number of them, but that way I've sort of got them all ready, and then I can find a placement that I'm happy with and adhere them down. So there's one of the transparent stickers that I've stuck onto that white, and I like cutting them out with a slight border, that white edge. So that's what I do there. It says small steps, what does it say? Small steps each day, I think. So in terms of goals, we know that, you know, these goals that we have in mind for our year don't happen automatically overnight. We have to work towards them. So that's what I sort of did there. Now, I had a lot of trouble with my cluster and how I wanted to embellish my layout. So I've done a lot of it off camera. So you've seen between the transition within the last 30 seconds that it looks like miraculously I've done all of this work. And I did do a lot off camera just because I was having trouble. First layout for 2018, and I was having a bit of trouble getting everything where I wanted it to be. So off camera I found some embellishments and I did some clustering. So you can see now that I've pulled all that off. I've taken a photo of the layout, how it was, and now I'm putting it all back together. So you'll see what I've done as I adhere things back onto the layout. So that gorgeous little today was a sticker from the sticker book. It's like a little clipboard, and I thought that was perfect for documenting. We talk about documenting goals, so I thought that worked in nicely. There's some florals and some fussy cut butterflies as well that make it to this layout. And I'm just building 3 main sort of clusters or groupings of embellishments. So I've got one in the top left corner, one to the bottom right of the 8, and then one big one to the bottom sort of right of the page, middle to right of the page. Now the reason I put the cluster at the top left was to balance out the heaviness of that bottom right corner. And if you're not aware, I do have a new class at Big Picture Classes called It's a Balancing Act. It's been released and is released now, and this is where I talk a lot about sort of achieving balance on your layouts. So if you haven't checked that out and you do have a subscription, please check it out. I'd love to hear what you think. And I'll get stuck back into the layout now. So no more self-promotion, that's it. But yeah, it is over there if you want to check it out. So I'm using that beautiful, beautiful sticker. It's a floral design from the Turn the Page collection as well, in that bottom right corner. And what I did was I pulled out the journaling ephemera pack, and I've grabbed a few bits of those because I hadn't actually really used them in previous layouts, surprisingly. So I used that to rest my journaling on, and then I did something quite crazy. Crazy for me, normal for some. I had sort of pretty much finished my layout at this point without adding the journaling, and I decided to add some stitching. And oh my goodness, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen my Instagram story of what the back of my layout looked like. It was a schmozzle. I take my hat off to all those stitches out there. This was enough for me to satisfy my stitching need for a little while, I think. Here's the finished layout images, and I will see you all soon with another process video. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you around. Bye everyone.